Alright, hey everybody, One of Wiisdom here. I am joined by...
Cuddle Muffin are also me.
Yeah, and I'm assuming what I hear is what you will hear in the stream, so at times he's kind of got... I guess he's on like far Atlantic side of Canada, eh? And between that and my slow internet connection, sometimes it sounds like he's a robot in a long metallic tunnel, but that said, I think this should work fairly well. Something I did to pass time while this amazing Hewlett-Packard Windows 7 machine rebooted was fly over here, and will we outrun that? Yes, we will. Wonderful. Okay, so let's check
I
this
can't
out.
see anything on the stream.
Oh, you can't see anything?
I think. Live. It's just loading up. So now I can just get my Canadian.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
living in Canada with our nice brisk air, eh? Going to Newfoundland to learn how to fish dairy.
I couldn't get the XP with Grave Clobber because
Darkness falls.
So,
Oh,
A
he is pretty fun.
dragon's key.
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Totally eclipse.
When I get to level 20, he is definitely my character.
I'm assuming this is the Chaos area, right?
Why is it taking so long? Well,
I just kind
yeah, I
of flew
might
here
just...
and searching Imaginators. That's a good location for Blackout.
Blackout underrated.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just could never get him.
Skylander Academy.
Yeah.
I have to come in
like,
here now because that robot will chase me down to the training dummies in the lower regions of Skylands. And I hate that.
I think he only, like, you walk, there must be that you have to go for him to spawn.
Yeah, he started trailing me last night after I did like the little cake part challenge. But anyway, folks, hopefully this is going well. Might be Tim or someone else here. You should be hearing me and Ethan or Cuddle Muffin. He will be our authoritative figure on the Crash Bandicoot and Dr. Neo Cortex moves, basically. Again,
You can also just call him Cortex.
Cortex, yeah. Like that, for example. But, essentially, when it comes to like Bowser and Donkey Kong, I need no assistance. I've got that down pat. Crash, Cortex, that crew, never played the games, never had the games, didn't have friends that had the games. If they did, they didn't talk about the games. So I don't really know jack about them. And
Hey, you're not calling me a friend? I played the games.
Yeah, I'm talking about like back in the day, you know.
Oh, okay. I forgive you this time.
Yeah. So like my friends, you know, like it was NBA Jam and Super Mario World, and I don't know what was going on. I guess like whenever everyone would have been playing Crash Bandicoot, I was like playing baseball and basketball or something. I don't know. Anyway, what we will do, I guess we will get started with Crash first. So Blackout, sadly, at least he got a cameo here. Will be on the portal. And first time going on to the Portal of Power, it is Crash Bandicoot Life Element Brawler. Let's see what we got.
Which is very worthy of
Fear not, Portal Master. I, the wise Aku Aku, will act as translator for Crash Bandicoot and assist in making your Imaginators more powerful than ever.
I was about to say, that's not his voice.
Yeah, in the games, Crash never spoke. The mask guy that you were talking about with being the location piece is who's talking.
Yeah, Aku Aku?
Yeah, Aku Aku.
Okay.
And then there's an evil twin brother, because, you know, Uka Uka. And Crash's voice for the longest of time, if you know Animaniacs, is Yakkos or Wackos. So just Harnell, if you
There's two types of people: people that like Animaniacs and people that don't.
Oh,
like Animaniacs.
I love it. You like it?
That was actually a South Park reference there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Cartman busted out. Yeah. Those were the glory days before our cable provider took away Comedy Central and all Viacom channels.
Rest in spaghetti, never forget it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're just gonna get rid. They're like, we're just gonna can Comedy Central, you know. And then it's like, oh, and MTV and VH1 and CMT and Nickelodeon and pretty much all the other like well-known cable channels are tied into Viacom. So it's like, thanks guys, and you're like, well, screw it, I'll just watch it online, right? Nope. Every time you go to one of their websites, it's like, hey, you can't be here. Your cable provider that you have internet through has blocked us. It's like, freaking hey, dude.
Now,
yeah, first thing I'm noticing here, aside from his incredibly low health at 150, which is very, very odd for a life element Skylander, it looks like he has 2 extra lives, I guess, before he's dead.
Yeah, Crash, being that he's from a platformer, he has 2 extra lives. I won't say anything while you look at the upgrades. A little spoiler, his health, because I play Crash a lot because I'm a Crash. In Canada, the Crash and Dark editions were $144 taxes in. I'm like, I'm getting Crash day one, so I went and spent $124. Yeah, I made a life. But everything, yeah, you can, I don't know where else to get that with it, but 2 extra lives, with the 2 extra lives, since you can't really demonstrate it here, every time you lose a life, it won't go full halfway. So
His health just refills halfway after each
like,
life.
once you lose life, it'll go halfway, and then
So 75 and then 38, and then nothing.
Like every time you level up, the new once you get new health or added health, I don't know if any get more health from leveling up. There you go. The health will eventually go up a little more after, like, now it'll probably be like 75, then it'll go up to like 130, somewhat, and so forth. So, more reason to level them up. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't do that with Skylanders research, because as you level up, your attack damage increases and everything gets screwed over.
But it's not so bad with some characters like Graveclobber.
Right.
Yeah. Now, his idle animations, I know one of them's from Crash 2. He does like a little dance. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's kind of funny the first time.
Yeah, a little headstand spin thing.
This one that's on the stream right now, like him dancing,
Oh, yeah.
like that's from, I believe, Crash 2 onwards.
Right.
So,
Alright, so we'll go ahead and, I guess, take a look at the stats here.
Woohoo!
So he doesn't actually, like, say anything, I guess.
no, he's basically a mute, because, well, I'll get into it with Cortex's, more of his background in the Crash Bandicoot universe. But Crash was a regular Bandicoot before Cortex mutated him into him.
Okay.
Like what he is now.
So
crazy.
power 15, armor 2, speed 25, that's pretty legit, and luck is 12. Let's go ahead here and cover his background story, which in this case is kind of specific to Skylanders. A wormhole opens in Skylands and the great Aku Aku appears. He comes to announce the once in 2 decades synchronization celebration. It is the time when all the worlds align perfectly and they're having a huge party in the Woompa Islands and want to invite the Skylanders. But Dr. Neo Cortex has created a sinister machine to harness this incredible energy for his own evil purpose, only to watch it go completely haywire. Now Dr. Neo Cortex must partner with Crash Bandicoot to stop the machine before the Woompa Islands are completely shaken apart. And basically what that means is Skylanders was the chosen vehicle for Activision to piggyback Crash Bandicoot and Cortex on, to not only introduce them to a new generation, but also to synchronize the launch of the remaster. Am I right there?
Yeah, the remaster, I think, got a release date. No, it did get a release date of June 30th on PS4, so fortunately you can't play them unless you want to buy a PS4, but you can probably pick up a cheap PlayStation 1, play them, but you want to play HD graphics.
Yeah.
And it's also the reason why Crash is in Skylanders is because last year Crash turned 20. He's now he's 20 years old. Crash Cortex. But hey, why not add him? I have no problem with him in it.
Yeah, he kind of fits the bill for a Skylander, and Cortex kind of fits the bill for a prototypical villain in Skylands,
Yeah, I still wanted Noodles from Giants as a villain for Imaginators.
Right.
Nobody talks about Noodles. I want Noodles back.
Let's see here. Alright, so Cyclone Spin. I noticed that, do you have to initiate this with a jump? Is that the catch?
No, you can do it from the ground. He sort of has like a 1-2 punch at the beginning of it, and then he goes into a spin. I believe because Crash had sort of a beat 'em up game called Crash of the Titans. I believe that they're just throwing reference to that, or they just want to add something to it to the beginning to have a little fun.
Yeah, so we've got Cyclone Spin. Press X to spin into enemies and knock them down a peg, and then our secondary attack is Super Slide. Press B to slide kick towards enemies and knock them back. Is that something that was like standard affair with Crash?
Crash Bandicoot 1 didn't have that. In Crash 2, it was actually used. If anybody watches speedruns, it was actually used for a really good speedrunning tactic in the second game, where you could just speed through levels, and then third one had it, just not as good, but still useful.
Right. Alright, next 4 will be the base upgrades, including a yawn. Can I get started here with the tertiary? Crate going and body slam. This is probably the longest descriptor I've ever seen in the Skylanders game. It's basically like the length of some characters' bios. Press Y to toss a crate that explodes. Super slide into or spin near crates to move them around. After enough combat, the next crate is a crash crate that spawns an extra life upon destruction. Jump and press Y to perform a classic body slam belly flop.
So you're probably going to ask, what are those from? Well, I'll tell you, Crash, 2 things that could hurt him, or a couple things. TNT crates were one of them. You jump on them in the original Crash games. You had 3 seconds before they bombed or blew on you to get some Wampa fruit, which you'll see later on in the upgrades. I won't say what, but it was useful. Belly flop, I think, was in the 3rd game. I know I'm useful, not that useful. Thanks, Mom. Basically, think of Terrafin. Is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
And it's because I have my game running right now and I'm doing it. So I can see it's pretty fun, pretty useful, pretty useful.
Alright, so up next, second base upgrade, we've got Cyclone Spin Combo. Keep pressing X to keep the spin going. Move faster during the spin for a while.
Now this wasn't in any of the Crash games, so this is where Toys for Bob took a little bit of a fun with it and just was like, hey, let's add this, make them a little better, a little faster, a little stronger.
Yeah. Cool deal. Then we've got 5 to life. Crash can now revive up to 4 times, a total of 5 lives.
Basically, being in a platformer in the 90s, late 90s, you needed lives to continue on playing, so,
And for anyone watching, feel free to queue up Jumper from Third Eye Blind to accompany that explanation. After that, we have got...
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. The 90s had the best music by far. Upper Kick is our final base upgrade. It is hold B to perform an upper kick that knocks enemies upwards. Any heritage there, or is that like a new addition as well?
Just Activision being Activision.
Right.
They were Toys for Bob, Toys for Bob.
Yeah. Alright, do you happen to know the path names?
I do know one of them. I know the bottom one. And then the bottom ones creates a plenty, and the top ones spin to win.
Okay, spin to win and creates a plenty. That sounds correct. So we'll start at the top. Aku Aku Dash. Run faster after reviving while under Aku Aku's protection. Aku Aku also shields for a longer time. Now, before you explain this, I would like to mention, never before have they mentioned Aku Aku, nor have they mentioned an Aku Aku shield. So is this something like every time you die, oh, my analog stick, he spawns and just kind of like protects you, sort of like invincibility platform style for a couple of seconds?
Yeah, in the games, you could get Aku Aku masks, and that's what he looked. Oh, it's blurred out for you. He would, if you collected one, it would be an extra hit, because Crash only had one hit and then dead.
Yeah, fantastic.
And, yeah, it's 90s. Come on now.
Yeah, people don't understand what a difficult childhood I had because of the games. You know, there was no Rosalina that would show up after you died 3 times to guide you through the level. It was like, oh, you suck at this game, you worthless piece of trash, kid. You know? And it's like, oh, you died, look, you're out of continues. You're going to have to start all the way over from the beginning because there's no save state. You know?
Yeah, like, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm only 18, and I've played some of the games like Super Mario. You said it was your favorite game of all time? Good
Super
choice.
Mario World.
Good choice.
Yep.
Yeah. People didn't know. But just games so hard, no save states. Then Zelda was the first game to actually use it for it. When Breath of the Wild came out. I never played it, but for amazing things. But with
like Super Mario 2, people don't understand. You play through that, and it's like, if you want to get to the final boss and win the game, your only, like, gratuity is the pause button. You know, if it's bedtime, you gotta pause that thing and hope the Nintendo doesn't freeze overnight, you know? And it's basically like, if you wanted to go through and take down Wart, you had to go through the entire game, you know?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Japanese Mario Brothers too.
Oh, no, the Lost Levels? No.
Yeah. That was
hard.
hard.
Ramped up the difficulty there. So after that we've got Suction Cyclone Spin. Keep pressing X to keep the spin going.
I never finished Aku Aku Dash.
Okay.
My friend. I'm sorry. But with Crash, one hit death. But with Aku Aku, there was crates, henceforth, like health, Wampa fruit, stuff like that. Aku Aku would be in a box. You collect one, you would get 1 hit point, two hit points, then 3 you would get invincibility. So I think they're going off of the fact that invincibility frames or invincibility for the 3 Aku Aku masks.
Right.
So, yeah.
Alright, and Suction Cyclone Spin. Keep pressing X to keep the spin going. Enemies are suctioned in, knocked away, and hit harder when punched. Movement speed slightly decays over time.
Just Toys for Bob being Toys for Bob.
Yeah. So basically, does that mean, though, like, hit harder when punched? Is that going to mean, like, instead of doing 15 damage, we're looking at 20 or something?
I'm, like, day one, I was playing Crash. I'm 93.6% sure. Like, my Crash leveled up, has everything. In my opinion, top path is better. Shh. So, you're looking at
Cortex is better?
No, top path for Crash is better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Finally, wrapping up the top path, Go yo-yo, go yo-yo, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Are we referencing Vanilla Ice
Ninja
here slightly?
Turtles.
Yeah,
Ninja
that's kind of
Turtles.
what I'm picking up on. Press X 3 times or more to combo the spin. Dow, this analog stick. For more area and X combo attacks to do more damage. Spinning retains its initial speed for a longer time.
Only thing I can say from that is that Crash, Yo-Yo, and majority of the games with idle animations, you just play with a pink yo-yo. This one, spoiler alert, it's green, just to keep into the life element roots.
Right.
From what I can tell. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, this is confirmed because I say it's confirmed. I'm going off of speculation.
Yeah. Alright, so coming down to the bottom path, it was crates aplenty, right?
Creates a, yeah.
Yeah, so
It
4
has a
squares
weird
is up
sound.
first. It's going to get bought out and ruined by another social media outlet, I'm sure. Hold Y to throw crates around in a circle. Does that bother you? Like, I've not seen this, I don't know anything about it, but if they're square crates, wouldn't it be nice to throw them in a square formation as opposed to a circle? Make spinning
I think the
afterwards a great idea. I see what they did there.
Personally, I prefer it being in a circle. Yeah, circle.
Yeah,
Mind. Because I used this path. I wasn't a big fan of it, but a circle made more sense just because more
yeah, I was just kind of
reflective
being
nature.
sarcastic. But
Okay. I
is it at
saw
like 90-degree intervals though, or something?
I don't really remember.
Because I'm trying to figure out why it's
I
called 4 squares.
It might just be because of the fact that it's a crate
Yeah.
and it's
Is it something that's going to limit itself? Like, are there 4 active at once, and then the 5th one detonates the first one, or can you just like have a zillion of them?
I'm pretty sure you can put out those and then have like 2 more. But like
Right.
I've been saying, I don't really remember this path well,
Yeah.
but I know
Okay.
enough. I know enough to get by.
Right.
And
So blasting
when you
impression
upgrade
is
these-
up next. Jump on a crate to make a shockwave that knocks enemies down in a big area.
So this has a little bit of Crash, like original Crash Bandicoot roots. You can do this when you buy the upgrade, but like I think I said this, when you jump on a TNT crate in the games, it would have like this 3-second sort of timer, and then it would explode with a little bit of like a radiancy.
Right.
So it would probably have that sort of vein to it.
Now, does this actually like literally knock enemies backwards onto their back, or is it
I'm
not quite?
pretty sure.
Oh.
I'm
That's
pretty
interesting
sure.
because it seems like it would knock them up into the air, but I'm fine with them going back and down. So.
Well, you get more potential for sick combos.
Yeah, true. Coming down here, the last one on Crates of Plenty is Dynamite. Crate explosions cover a larger area and do more damage.
Just Toys for Bob being Toys for Bob. But are you
Yeah.
getting a Dino Rang impression from
That and Chopper, actually. Doesn't he have an actual attack, Dynamite?
No, that was his catchphrase. Dynamite.
There's somebody that has something similar to that, but yeah, it does seem similar to that. That said, either path we take, spin to win up top, or Crates of Plenty down below, we get to the Soul Gem, which is Box O Rockets. Every now and then, press Y to throw a rocket crate that spawns a rocket. When it is collected, crash jetpacks into the air. Press X to shoot Wumpa Fruit and unleash an aerial assault.
Now, I'm gonna say this just because I love you in a platonic sense. You're gonna think of Thrillipede when you get it. You can't move around. Well, I don't want to spoil so much about it,
yeah.
but you can't move that.
It's like a stationary jetpack?
Yeah.
Man.
But this
that
actually
sucks.
has reference to, I want to say, Crash 2, where one of like, if anybody plays Crash 2, I recommend you play the games. Also, Portal Master Tim is here. I just saw
Yeah,
that in the corner of my eye.
yeah. Shout out to Tim.
Hey,
Yeah, I had this like, I thought it was a pretty legit theory since Nintendo is who they pitched the game to initially as an exclusive, and Nintendo in one of their brilliant moments said, no, we don't think so. And of course, the first, crossover, if you will, being Bowser and Donkey Kong. My
Nintendo
thoughts,
jumped on it.
yeah, and my thoughts back, like who's going to be the next super awesome guest star. I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, Breath of the Wild, I guess at that time I didn't know what the game was called, but like, the new Zelda
Zelda
game's
U
coming,
is what.
and I'm sitting here like, Link would be a freaking amazing Skylander, and I mean, you talk about brand recognition and moving units and starter packs and console bundles and crud, and I don't know, like, if it was something pitched, because if Nintendo licensed Bowser and DK, I feel like they would have, had no qualms doing a Link type of. I think Kirby would be an amazing Skylander too, but um,
It would be
my
pretty
personal
cool.
thoughts are it might have been discussed, but then ultimately I'm kind of thinking Activision didn't want to pass up the 20th anniversary tie-in because that directly impacts Crash Bandicoot and their sales as opposed to, well, let's bolster Nintendo plus the other, like, small slimmering influencer here. Anytime they do something, people just get irate, and so with Bowser and DK only playable on Nintendo consoles, they're probably like, oh, maybe we wait a year, you know. But I think the 20th anniversary and the fact that they were probably well aware they were going to be releasing the remaster and everything, uh, probably was the
Oh,
bigger instigator there, I would think.
you can call it the insane trilogy. It does just putting that out there, my son.
Yeah,
But
it's
also,
it's
something that
unfortunate
I would have
that's
thought was
exclusive to
interesting,
PlayStation though. you know.
the Crash Bandicoot starter pack, or the
Well, no,
time.
I mean like this one, like since they came out and my thoughts when they were first doing this is like, oh, that's going to be a Sony exclusive. And it's like, I don't really care. Like I have no
Oh,
connection to
Activision
these
owns
guys, right?
the rights to Crash and the Crash property, so I don't. I like the time exclusivity. That I enjoyed being like, ha ha, I get to play him before you. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, but I
but
mean, like on the Insane Trilogy, it would kind of be cool if it was followed suit with the Skylander crossover, and even if it was Sony exclusive for a little bit of time, it would have been kind of cool if it sort
people
of
are
backdropped
actually
off.
speculating that the Insane Trilogy will come out for other consoles, just
Yeah.
timed to PS4. But with just because we're
You
on the
mean the
topic with
PS3?
oh, I'm on. Listen, man, I'm on my PS3, man.
Yeah.
I love
Now
it.
I've got a PS2 is the thing. I mean, I'm not like some like anti-Sony dude, but it's just one of those
Yeah.
deals. Like it seems to me like if you're doing a 20th anniversary, you know, and you just had them available across all platforms, kind of would make sense to like, hey, let's go ahead and people couldn't experience the first go around. Let's go ahead and maximize the cash sales. That's something. I mean, again, me not growing up with it, and even if I have the time of my life, if these turn out to be my two favorite characters and Imaginators, it's still not going to make me be like, time to go buy a PS4. you know,
Oh no,
it's
the,
it's
people do
unfortunate.
trilogies like companies do trilogies to harken back to the people that love the games, and
Yeah.
that's from what I feel. But you were talking about the Nintendo exclusive characters. I told you this around the time when you were talking about like I would have thought a Fire Emblem representative for Skylanders would have been cool, like Corrin or Marth. You
Yeah, I can
obviously
see that. It's just I don't like if you go
know them.
Mario, Zelda, like those are your two huge. Like I think Professor Layton would work, but it's like how many people are going to be like, oh, if I get the Nintendo exclusive starter pack with Professor Layton, it's going to be like with Bowser and DK, people were like legitimately ticked off, like, well, that's no fair. I can't play them on my PlayStation. But if I'm like, oh man, check it out, I've got Ice Climber and Professor Layton, people are going to be like, Who?
Um,
I was like, I could care less about that, But,
Now, here's the question: what ice climber, Nana or Popo?
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
question. That's the question. But the reason
Yeah,
why I
but
say Corn or Marth is just because the Fire Emblem scene, because they released the Fire Emblem Heroes on mobile devices. Shameless plug because I like Fire Emblem. Just
right.
Marth and Corn, because Corn, obviously you haven't played Fire Emblem. Hint, hint, get it. It's a pretty good game. Get Awakening the Nights. Corn has dragon, so he and or she, I would have preferred she. Just you need more one females rock, and you need more female Skylanders.
Yeah.
The ability to turn into a dragon.
Like
So
Zelda
think of the
or
upgrade.
Sheik.
Think of the upgrade possibilities for that, and having a sword. That's some pretty fun stuff.
Yeah, as long as they stay away from Bayonetta, I'll be fine. So,
Oh,
that I
well,
guarantee you, that poll was completely rigged, and they just went with what the UK wanted in that. There is no way over the other characters that were involved in that discussion that she wins that. On like a global scale.
and then they had like
BS.
one patch they had to completely nerf her. Like the
Yeah,
last patch was to nerf her because she
yeah,
had a 0 to death, man. That now that's my competitive Smash.
yeah.
Zero
I've
to
still
death.
never bought the DLC for that because I refuse to accept her as the chosen winner from the polls. I
Oh,
don't
I
believe
did.
it. They never released the actual data, and I don't believe it would happen. you know.
Listen. Get everybody. Get Ryu. Get Mewtwo. Like get everyone except Bayonetta. I'll tell you right now. Cloud tier list wise, I think is current Smash 4 tier list, being the second best character in the game because of all of his options in neutral. That's if anybody watches your channel and is an in-depth competitive Smash 4 player, they'll know limit cross slash not something to trifle with.
Yeah. Yeah, we got, let's see, Brian Plays joined in. Tim agrees with me. Link and Kirby would be great Skylanders, but I guess before
I
we
don't
turn this in, what's that?
to
I guess
I
before
was
we
just
like
about to
turn
say
this into a 40-minute like theoretical debate over Nintendo Sky Amiibo possibilities, we should probably wrap it up.
We have
Uh,
Crash and Cortex to go on to there.
yeah.
Exciting.
So we've got
Exciting.
the Brawler Sensei Shrine is found in the Cradle of Creation. Convenience on this one. Skychi Power is Oh No You Yo-Yo Faux Show. Throw that down one more time. The Ultimate Sensei Attack. Hold the right trigger to perform your Skychi. Use left stick to direct where the yo-yos will go.
Fun Skychi, I'd say that because, I'm going to have to bring her up just because I have to. Bad Juju's is bad.
Yeah.
Like, just because Bad Juju's obviously stationary, like Crash, once you get it, and I'm spoiling everything for you here, but with Crash is, like, he throws the yo-yo out in, like, the typical fashion, but you need to wait for, like, a charge up to do it. Yeah. Did it say that it pulls enemies in? I don't remember. Yeah. No. Well, it pulls the enemies in, but, it's there if you're in a pickle.
You're right.
It's fun. It's really cool. I say get Crash and Cortex's Sky 2 just because, guys, I love them.
Okay. So
Now,
punch is 30 to 45 damage, and then if you spin, 35 to 53.
now, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Even his walking animation is reminiscent to some of the Crash, like the majority of the Crash game.
So it's pretty accurate.
So it's pretty accurate. I don't remember the walk animation that, like, if you just slowly hold the walk animation. I don't remember it that well.
Yeah, that's kind of goofy.
But it's funny in a sense.
Oh yeah, he gets that super aggressive face too. He's like all happy here. A second ago, he was like ticked off. He's like, I don't believe Bayonetta won the poll of being Smash. Alright, so the thing is though, if you jump and then do the primary, you actually do automatically initiate.
Yeah, but you, if you watch, you can't actually keep this thing going. And even with fully upgraded, spoiler alert, you can't. You need to do the punches.
I feel like, again, having never played any Crash Bandicoot stuff before, what the spin reminds me of is Taz.
Taz?
You know?
Hey!
I mean, he had some fantastic games, in all
I
honesty.
haven't played them, but every time you bring them up, I'm like, I need to do something illegal.
Yeah, like Tasmania was an amazing platformer. As a young child, the mines were absolutely brutal. That's one of those games, again, if you die, you're bye.
Yeah.
You know? I think I finally beat it. It's kind of not the ending you would expect, but yeah, I know I beat it. But the mines, good lord. If you think of like the recent Donkey Kong Country Returns games, you know, it's similar to that, but a little bit more brutal, I would say.
Now, it depends if you're playing the 3DS or Wii version of Country Returns.
Do what?
Because, you know that they ported the Donkey Kong Country Returns to the 3DS.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
Yeah,
I've
made
got
it
on
easier
both.
with the...
Donkey Kong Country Returns was a fantastic game.
It's really great. They need to... I know Tropical Freeze, and me just getting a Wii U, I can finally play 1000 DK.
Yeah, I got Tropical Freeze right at release, but when I was at E3, I got some pictures with it. But, like, wasn't that the game where they did nothing with the gamepad?
I don't remember.
Like, I feel like
Like,
I don't even know if the game shows up or a menu. It was almost... That was the point in time where I was like, oh, geez. You know, like, Nintendo just developed a first-party title, and they've done... I did it. I landed on the Switch. But they did nothing.
The console or
What's that?
the Switch, the console, or...
No, like, I had Crash land on this lever in the training grounds here.
I
And
know,
now he's
the
breakdancing on
console.
it, winning. But, yeah, I think they did nothing with it. And that's the point in time where I was like, okay, the Wii U it's in trouble now. You know? But I think that's correct. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So, we know the damage, 30 to 45. The cyclone spin itself, 35-53. Now the slide, which looks like that. Oh, it actually does more damage. Is that historically accurate?
Every move in the Crash games were one-hit kills for enemies besides bosses, except if they had
okay.
So everything
I guess
damaged one.
close enough proximity.
Yeah. It's
I wish he
something
had
that
a one-hit kill here. That would be awesome.
Then you'd be like Goku levels of overpowered.
Oh, jeez. He's got... Okay, if you jump and do the primary, you go right into the spin. If you jump and do the secondary, it's like the drop kick for Graveclaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's the same damage, though, which is disappointing because it looks like it should do so much more. You know, like if this is 39...
Just the force of going down.
That, I don't know. Yeah, it seems like it should be at least a 50. But, it is what it is. So, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we have successfully not only introduced Crash Bandicoot and possibly educated you on his historical accuracies, fallacies, quirks, things along those lines.
Stuff.
Yeah, we've also had a bit of a talk show discussion here, podcast, whatever you want to call it, regarding 1990s Nintendo games. And,
Mind Logic's podcast.
Yeah, TWK was always going to have us do that. We've never done it, but that would be a good topic for one. But this is Crash Bandicoot. I'm just doing this outro type thing because I'll be exporting this to YouTube and kind of like having the proper outro. So that's what we will do. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on not only Crash Bandicoot, but who did you think, honestly? I know everyone will be like, well, I knew it was going to be Crash. No, you didn't. No one knew. Who were you thinking? And furthermore, assuming we get a Skylander 7, this will put you on the spot. If they do the, non-Skylander guest star again, Bowser, DK, Crash, Cortex, what franchise would you like to see them draw from? It doesn't have to be what you think will happen. It can just be what would you think would be cool. Whether that's, Link and Zelda, Kirby and Meta Knights, which those two would honestly be pretty good Skylanders, but if it's a deal where you're like, well, I think they should draw from Halo, or Banjo-Kazooie, or whatever you think.
Oh, yes, please. Banjo.
Yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I mean, whatever you come up with that you think would be cool, Sonic and Tails, Knuckles, Spider-Man, I mean, just throw it out there and get the ball rolling. If you're super into this sort of stuff, SkylanderClub.com. Sign up. It is free. I created the forum for Portal Masters like yourself. Take advantage of it. Have a good time. Follow me on Twitch and Beam. Follow me on Twitter. And more importantly, big thanks to Ethan, a.k.a. Cuddle Muffin. You might know him from some of the Mind Logics videos or forum action. But, hey, we've got Crash covered. That means it is time to introduce the one and only Dr. Neo Cortex. So thanks for watching. We will be right back here on the stream, and you're going to see it instantaneously. If you're watching on YouTube, you probably have to wait a day or two, unless you go to Twitch and watch the past stream, which you could totally do. But anyway, thanks so much, and we will catch y'all back here shortly. Adios. And now awkward silence to make people that are watching the stream assume we're going to shut it down too.
Oh.